quick news report. We had a Catholic church shooting in Minnesota. In Minneapolis, Minnesota. 23-year-old Robin Westman. He gunned down 2 children, I believe 8 to 10. And 17 others were injured as well. Here's a report here. I believe his mother also worked in the church. Allegedly worked in the shooter's mother worked in the church. So that was the situation there. The Annunciation Catholic Church, Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota. You see incidents at the schools, universities, Villanova. You had an incident in one of the universities in Chattanooga, Mississippi, Chattanooga, Tennessee. You seeing these active school shootings, man. You know, Scripture talks about iniquity shall bow and the love of many shall wax cold. You know what I mean? So people are not having regard or respect for others, man. You know what I mean? And that's what you're seeing. The Lord created spirits of vengeance. They shall lay on sword stroke and appease the one who made them, man. You know what I mean? That's in 39:28 of Sirach. That's what that goes into. So you're seeing the wickedness in some of these individuals, man. These wicked spirits are put on the earth, man. You know what I mean? The Lord is known by the judgment he executes. The Lord is beginning to visit the earth which he has made. How he's visiting, part of that related to, on the left-hand side, these wicked spirits that are on these people, man. You know what I mean? You know? This is a spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare is invisible. You can't see these things. But you can tell by the behaviors relate to the characteristic and traits of these people that, you know, their behavior, their mannerism, their ways, that, you know, something is, you know, beyond not normal, you know, in a matter of speaking. All right, let's go to more news. Yeah, that's at Annunciation Catholic Church, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And Governor Tim Walz was the governor there. He was making condolence speeches relating to how horrific it is, you know what I mean? Because he lost some colleagues earlier this year relating to, you know, gunshots, you know what I mean? So, you know. Annunciation Church shooting. Brian O'Hara relating to police chief, updates on that. You have parents charged with the deletion relating to Emmanuel Harrow case. You have an increase 50% related to tariffs. The tariffs begin relating to increase on India. Those are the report. You had some drone strikes which affected oil refineries related to by Ukraine. You had a situation with NAACP, National Color Association of Colored People, relating to lawsuits relating to against Texas relating to the gerrymandering or redistricting. They're suing them over that. You having Trump's related to George Soros charging relating to the RICO cases, which are pretty much organized crime relating to that. I see now in a report, Newsmax, Trump is charging relating to Soros, RICO charges relating to supporting the protest. You know, with George Soros relating to funding and different things, support of different things, kind of the unseen hand in the back, you know what I mean? So he's charging them relating to that. You haven't, I seen that on Newsmax report. You also haven't, Trump is also limiting relating to visas, relating to exchange and media, relating to students. You know what I mean? Of course, he's doing a relating to reviews relating to as well. Reviews relating to illegals, their backgrounds and different things. That was a report. You have New York Post. Watch Vance and Hegseth react when Trump calls Chris Christie, which he used to be governor of New Jersey. He calls him a slob, and he knows him pretty well. You know what I mean? And this relates to Bridgegate, when that situation with the closing of the bridge. I believe that was at George Washington Bridge. That was a little while ago. So Trump known to use derogatory upon people, certain people. We have what else? Other news. The National Guard is going to take over relating to DC Union Station, which is in DC. Hegseth and J.D. Vance are getting heckled by people related to D.C. and Union Station. This is right here. You got the National Guard up there. That's the Guardian report, news report. We're having, knowing this the last days, perilous time shall come. Scripture that comes out every day. Perilous times, bad, evil, dangerous times. U.S. debt crisis. $1 trillion added in 48 days related to Wyoming. And you have in U.S. having trouble to find buyers, investors related to the debt. That's problematic for U.S. as well. You know what I mean? Especially by the end of the year, or whatever the case might be. These are different reports, quick reports real quick. Looters empty 39 Chicago stores. Mayor cheers as sanctuary cities implode. It's a report here. And in DC, they kind of embrace relating to anarchy and chaos, man. So these major cities are following suit, man. They enable and even maybe endorsing, promoting, even encouraging relating to that. You know what I mean? And people have different mixed reviews relating to that. You know what I mean? Without law and order, there's tyranny, anarchy, chaos. It's that simple, man. The law brings the order, man. You know what I mean? So the next cities would be related to DC, Chicago, different ones, the sanctuaries, sanctuary cities. You have in U.S. issues a notice to impose 50% tariffs on India. They go into effect related to India, exports India. So these are different reports. What else we have? here. You have different reports on different trucking industry ruins after tariff destroys businesses. You have major layoffs in the trucking, layoffs, and what else? Low paying, someone quitting. You know what I mean? The trucking is one of the hearts relating to delivery. And as far as supplies, the trucks and the trains, especially the trucks, man, that's the heart relating to deliverance in places from A to B, you know what I mean? You know? So if the trucks die out, your supply is going to die out. Food from getting place to place is going to be scarce. Scripture says, relating to the storehouses, 2 Ezra 6. Suddenly the sown places should be found unsown, and storehouses shall be found empty. And that's what's going to happen, relating to, and that goes into the famine. Lack of supply, lack of victuals goes to famine. With famine, the nice word, the C word, cannibalism. You know, that did that in ancient times. Go to Limitations 4, for example, and I believe second Esdras talk about that as well. Talks about relating to cannibalism. They did do those things. They did relating to pretty much flesh eating. Now you having major companies still laying off. FedEx, massive layoffs, different various respected countries being laid off, and so that's just quick reports real quick. There's a report relating to the Carol show. The U.S. and shock Saudi Arabia switches to yuan in response to Trump's tariffs. So these countries, they switching off to the other currencies, man. You know what I mean? Deal business with other currencies. These tariffs are actually making it worse for the U.S., man. You know what I mean? Because these other countries are going to alienate, separate, isolate from U.S. with these tariffs. They're going to switch off to using other respected currencies and lessen relating to using U.S., man. And that's going to affect U.S., man. You know what I mean? As far as China, they hold most of the debt, so the U.S. is having problems getting investors related to taking on that debt, man. You know what I mean? So we go over that so this is just quick news. Let's see what else. Hope it helps relating to information. This is quick information. This is Zayah Wolf. All praise Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashim Makakada Zayah Wolf Shalom.